Hello everyone and welcome to the next in our series of daily origami for YouTube. Today we're going to take a little break from the traditional origami that we've been doing. I wanted to occasionally throw in some fun stuff to kind of mix things up a little bit, and I'm super excited because I want to introduce you guys to a really cool artist, origami artist named David Wires, and he's giving me permission to share with you guys some of his work, and he does some really beautiful, simple kind of forms of origami, and I'm going to be doing his Hummingbird today, and I'll have a link in the description so you guys can check out his diagram as well. He's sharing that with you guys, so that's really cool, and also a link to his website. So you can definitely follow some of his stuff. He's making some really pretty stuff, and I'm looking forward to getting a chance to do more of his work later on too. So this particular origami, you're going to need a origami piece of paper that's cut in half into a triangle. So it's not strictly pure origami in that sense, but after you cut it into a triangle, you're no more scissors or glue. So I'm going to start with a 15 by 15 centimeter piece of paper, and then we'll cut it in half into a triangle, and then I'll tell you guys the dimensions of the hummingbird when we're done. I'm really excited to do a hummingbird because the book I wrote, True Stories of Dream Fairies Bloom, the Bloom version doesn't have any introduction to the hummingbird yet, but the second book, which I'm working on right now, is all about hummingbirds. The fairies that deliver dreams ride on hummingbirds. So it's kind of cool. I'm really excited. So thank you, David, again for letting us do this. So we have the piece of paper here that we're going to be using, just a square piece. You can use any size, and it's recommended for some of these more simple works that you do use thicker paper. I'm just going to use origami paper because it's easier to kind of show you guys and we can film it easier, but this would definitely benefit from some really pretty textured paper. So we're going to go ahead and fold our paper in half here, and then just put a good crease right through the middle and fold it in half so that we can cut it in half to get our square into a triangle, excuse me. So that's my piece of square paper cut in half into a triangle. What I'm going to do is start with my color side facing down, and go ahead and take each of these tips and fold up to the top so that we're getting a nice little bit of triangle here. Now I'm going to do the other side as well. So you get a little diamond with these two flaps up here on top. Now the next thing that I want to do is take these sides and fold them into the middle. And when I do this, you want to try to keep things as straight as you can. If you feel a little unsure and you want to make sure you're dealing with the center, you can go ahead and put a crease that goes through here. I'm just going to go ahead and try to kind of eyeball it as I go. You can kind of use that other tip as a guide and imagine you're going straight through there, and you want to kind of imagine that you're getting a crease here that's as parallel to the center as you can make it. So we'll get that kind of started here, and then I'll do the other side as well. So we get something that looks like this. After you've got both of those sides folded in, I'm going to use the creases I've made to reverse these inside. So if you take here and open it up, you get a nice little triangle design from the creases. This back side here is already a mountain crease, so just push down on that. Get this valley up here to reverse to be a mountain too, and then make that center part dip in to be a valley so that we get that part tucked away inside. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side too. Just kind of open things up. You can kind of hold down at the bottom and slowly reverse everything so that it gets tucked inside, so that we have something that looks like this. Now I want to take each of these sides here, and I'm going to fold this outer edge into the center that I have here, and I'm going to do this for all four sides, and you want to try to get this as straight as you can because that's going to give you a nicer beak and wing section. So we get that folded in. Do this side too. After getting both of those folded in, flip it over and do the same steps on this side, but there's no crease kind of going through the middle, so if you wanted to gently create one, you can, or you can kind of feel for it with the other pieces of paper underneath, depending on what you're doing and how you feel with it. If you feel comfortable, like you can kind of eyeball it, then that's fine. Or you can just put a faint crease in there to help you know where it is. And once you get one side, the other side's fine, easy, because you can just match up to that side. So we get all 4 of those sides folded in towards the center. Then with the part that has the open flaps, I'm going to have that facing up, and we're going to fold everything in half, like so. And you're going to wind up having that crease in here anyway, so it doesn't matter if you did it from the earlier step. So we'll go ahead and make this nice and smoothed out. Like so. Now I want to create a crease that goes through here, and it's kind of actually lined up with what we've got in on one of these other layers here, actually, where that part was folded in. You can kind of see a faint part of it here. You're going to be creating a crease that goes from down here, right at this corner, and comes straight up, and it's going to be parallel to this edge. And you can kind of see it as you just sort of move your paper down. It should be just hiding in there from the other layers. So we just want to make that crease really clear. We're going to use it to kind of twist things around here. So I'm going to get this kind of going on both sides just so that the crease is clear. Once I have both of those clear, I'm going to take just the first 2 layers here to fold straight up. Get that nice and folded out. Then I can take this part here and create a crease that lines up with this little blue edge here. And then we're going to reverse everything here. Just open it up, pop it down so that you can get that reversed inside. Try to get that nice and as straight as you can. Now we want to go ahead and make the head section here a little more narrow, and to do that I just take this little area that we just tucked away and I'm just going to pull this top flap down so that it can lay flat. And we're just going to look at this little kite section then to go ahead and take these outer edges and fold them into the center. You want to, of course, try for creating as nice of a point here as you can, because this is his beak. We want to make it nice and narrow if we can. And there's a lot of paper up there at the top. Make sure you try to get a good crease there. Once you get both of those folded in, then you can go ahead and return all the creases back. And you should have this nice sharp point for his beak and his pretty wings in the back. And that can give you then the completed hummingbird. So pretty. I love this design. You can pop them open a little to get them to stand open if you want. Hummingbird's wings are, of course, very straight, so you want to keep those just the way they are, I think. Just such a pretty little model, and not too difficult yet either. So that gives you sort of your finished hummingbird. Now I'll go ahead and let you guys know the dimensions of this so that if you're trying to use this for like a craft project or something, you'll know what kinds of dimensions you need. In general, from the top of his wingspan there, he's about 7.5 centimeters tall. And about from beak to tail feather, let's see here, about 7 centimeters. But such a pretty little bird. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.